Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Madmen with a Box. I'm ProfPixel. This is OZChris.
Hello.
That's Landry of the Quinn Walkers. And we'll be joined later by Gervain from Animated Concepts here on Madmen with a Box Live. Our topic today is ranking the sonic screwdrivers. This means every sonic screwdriver that the Doctor has had. Sonic Lance is not allowed. Sorry. But before we get to that, we have a couple pieces of news to go over. A couple. Very few.
We're just biding time until Christmas.
Yeah.
Or until we get news on season 2 or the spin-off. Actually, there was, I think, news about the spin-off. While we talk about this, I'm going to go find that.
Yeah, go ahead and find it and I'll pull it up. But yes, Deadline, Disney chief backs Doctor Who as a really good fit after Shooty Got was. First season. Very nice. Julie Gardner.
Yeah.
Said the same thing earlier in the week, that Disney is very happy with Doctor Who, how it was performed. And I mean, we know they have one more season to really show their stuff, and hopefully the stuff they show at the end there is better. But
hopefully.
I don't know if that's fair. I enjoyed
I don't know. I feel like
season, but
considering that season 2 was still, what was it? Season 2 was filming before season 1 finished. So any critiques, criticisms, reviews of season 1 as a whole weren't done yet. So there's none of the learning from what you did wrong and trying to fix that. So I don't know. Given that we're getting a second companion and we barely have anything done with the first companion, a bit worried.
I mean, we got a bit done with her. It just wasn't done well.
Yeah, I feel like her entire thing is done. I think I could happily never see her again.
I mean, I don't know.
I think she probably ranks as my least favorite modern companion. Not the actress. I thought the actress was fine. I just didn't find the character interesting.
I'm sorry.
Ryan
exists.
My mom.
Sir, Ryan exists.
Ryan. Who's Ryan?
The grandson of Graham.
Oh. I didn't have a problem with him. He was all right.
He was nothing. He was a nothing burger with the idea of a problem.
I mean, I don't generally count the 13th Doctor. I couldn't get into it.
Oh, well. Next.
I like
guess
Graham.
who? Catherine Tate is going to be hosting the 2024 Doctor Who proms.
I want to go to that.
It'd be pretty nice, wouldn't it?
Not this year, I guess, since it's about to happen.
No, because I don't think we could make it in
probably sold out.
4 days, 5 days.
Yeah, it's probably sold out. I won't be able to make it in 4 days, so
better luck next time.
Better luck next time.
But Murray Gold has gone ahead. He's hyping it up right now. That currently recording the soundtrack for Doctor Who season 2. Things are exciting. Yes, indeed.
Now, when will they release the season 10, the series 10 soundtrack? Who knows?
They are supposed to. They did do an announcement that finally it's coming. But and then the other little major bit of news, RTG posting about the first read through for the spinoff, The War Between the Land and the Sea. A very cruddy Doctor Who spinoff title. I can't lie.
It's very wordy for a spinoff.
Far too wordy.
It could have been worse. Like, it could have been like a full title of Doctor Who, the land between the war between the land and the sea.
It could have been, yeah, that would have been worse. But why don't they just name it Lizard People Fight? I mean,
That's also not much of an engaging title either.
Lizard People Fight is, I think it's going to engage quite a bit.
Listen, I'm gonna watch it, but in all likelihood, although I don't always watch the Doctor Who spinoffs, but I don't have a lot of interest in spinoff properties unless the Doctor's in it. It doesn't really interest me. It's like, they're coming out with that Batman show about the Penguin. I liked the Batman movie. I like that guy, what's his name, as the Penguin. I'm not interested in a show about the Penguin without Batman.
I mean,
stuff like that.
Well, to defend that show, the events that are going to happen to go ahead for Penguin in that show is going to lead into Batman 2, the Batman 2. That's what Matt Reeves said.
Unless the Batman's in it.
I don't know. Maybe he'll appear right there at the end.
As 50% put in the this could have been a worse official title for it. BBC and Disney Plus presents Doctor Who's The War Between the Land and the Sea. In brackets, humans versus sea devils.
But it's not humans. The humans are there, but isn't it supposed to be Silurians versus sea devils?
I don't know. I think it's supposed to be just humans.
I think it's humans versus. But you know what? If it's Silurian, well, they're all Silurians. But
yeah, it'd be weird that they're fighting each other.
Okay, if it's Silurians versus wet Silurians, I'm pretty sure that's what it was supposed to be.
The battle between dry and wet.
It's humans versus sea devils because they only ever have one idea when it comes to Silurians or sea devils.
I swear to God. I swear to God.
Why do something different when we can recycle the same thing and it has the same outcome? 9 times out of 10, they die, and then the Doctor is sad about that.
But the Doctor isn't in this one, so he won't be there.
Yeah, so the Doctor won't be sad about this one. I don't know, maybe...
This is the big difference. This is the big difference.
Kate will be sad about it? I don't know. Russell Tovey's character will be sad about it?
Kate will be fine. She has her boy toy there that she can hold hands with.
Ibrahim will be sad about it? I don't know. That's just the thing. I don't know, like... What can we do different with sea devils? Because it is always that thing of just like, they want to reclaim what was taken from them. Oh no, let's try and forge peace together. It doesn't work. Oh no. At least when Big Finish did something with them, there was a slight twist. They flipped it. The sea devils were living on an ocean moon. And that was just their world. And like I think it was like humans were invading it. So they flipped it.
I don't hate that.
Here's the thing. I'm pretty sure they're going to keep the Sea Devils looking the same. Do we all think that? Because they're
I like the Sea Devils.
The one good thing about the Legend of the Sea Devils is the fact that the Sea Devils looked good. They looked like the Sea Devils.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. That's the only good thing about that entire episode.
I think it's so funny that Chibnall was the one that not only brought them back, but also brought the Silurians back, but he was more faithful in appearances to one of them.
He was responsible for the return of the Silurians?
Yeah, he did Hungry Earth, Cold Blood.
He probably wasn't responsible for their visual appearance at that point, though.
I'm telling you, we've talked about Doctor Who hot takes. I prefer that to their freaking, I have a third eye.
Nah.
What? Name me a lizard with third eye. Right now.
Huh?
What's that?
Well, they're not lizards, really.
But they're lizards.
It's also not an eye.
It's a third eye.
It's not an eye.
It's a third eye. That's what it is.
Even if it is, I don't care. It look cool.
Nah, man. The design would work for other things, but for lizard people living in the earth, it doesn't work. But anyway,
The more important thing is that this spin-off better bring the Merca back, but it's still the same shitty looking costume.
Literally, like deteriorated over the years.
Yeah.
Bunch of people under it.
Russell, you better do that. You better do that.
I feel you guys having to host the Doctor Who podcast right now. I feel your
Yeah, I
pain.
know there's nothing. Nothing.
There's a whole lot of nothing, which is why we're trying to break into some of those novels that are coming out, but somebody forgot their homework.
Sorry, I forgot to listen to it.
Got to listen to your homework.
I listened to the other story I
want to do a
interested in.
Doctor Who book club, okay?
We can do that.
Okay.
We should do that. Let's go ahead. Time Worm Genesis right now.
I am not reading Time Worm Genesis again. You could not make me read Time Worm Genesis again. I am not subjecting myself to that pain ever again. If you want to talk about Time Worm Revelation, which Paul Cornell wrote, absolutely, because that's a fantastic book. Not Genesis, though.
I understand. But that's our news. There's nothing else. So we're going to go ahead and start ranking. And because it would be far too fast if we just rank them one at a time, we're going to go in order together.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Okay.
So let's go ahead. Chris, you will go first. We're ranking
Oh boy.
from S all the way down to F. I didn't come up with club.
Oh, you're starting with the pen, which
We're starting with the pen. What does the pen rank on?
What does the pen rank as a sonic screwdriver?
Yeah.
Well,
The original,
considering
you might say.
Considering when we were first introduced to it, it removed a screwdriver. Well, removed a screw, so it does what it, and it did it probably sonically. I'm saying S. It did what it's its purpose.
S or S for you?
It's a sonic screwdriver, and it undid a screw.
So what are our S? What is the metric here? S is
S is the best.
S is the best. A is I mean obviously. So these are the just okay. Got it. Just as it looks.
Like amazing, great, good.
Got it.
In the middle, below average,
fail,
bad.
Got it. Okay.
So
Landry, how are you ranking
I'm giving that one. Obviously, it was the first. It was they just grabbed what they had. It actually really works for its purpose. It looks like a mundane artifact, but it lacks the dynamic. What?
There you are. Sorry, you disappeared for me.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, obviously, it was the first, and it innovative, and it did what it needed to do. And there's something sleek and elegant about its simplicity. It's a very simple Doctor Who magic wand, and it does underscore how absurdly complicated the prop has gotten over the years. Yet at the same time, it lacks whimsy and fun. So I'm going to give it a C.
That's fair.
It's nicely in the middle for me. It's just there. It gets props for innovation and simplicity and function, as Chris pointed out.
Okay. You know what? I think I'm going to agree with that. A C is a very, very good ranking for it. C right in the middle. Because it is the first, so you have to pay it its due.
Mm-hmm.
But, it's also not that very it's not very impressive. So, Chris, the third Doctor's sonic screwdriver, he brought it back. He added a yellow and a whole little hanging bit and sound.
My batteries are dead.
Yes, I'm holding my one too.
You wish.
I wish someone quickly Photoshop one into my hand.
That would be really impressive.
Yep, there we go. There it is. You can't see it. During the transfer, it became invisible. So this sonic screwdriver, I would honestly, of like the classic designs, I think it's the best. I think it's the best looking. I would give it an A.
An A.
A for this one.
Okay. So for you,
Like, not counting Nuhu, when I think of Sonic Screwdriver, I always think of this design. I think of this one. That's how iconic it is, at least to me. This is the definitive Sonic Screwdriver.
So I'm going to agree completely, except I might rank this one an F. Am I allowed? I can give things like I didn't use up my S category, or
no.
like I didn't use S anyway.
You
I'm going to
can
give this one an S.
You
for
could
all
say
the same
that
reasons.
these are all S if you
They
want.
could all be S. I'm going to give this one an S. This little bit of yellow with a spiral adds this quirky 1970s whimsy. The color, like, yes, the next several Sonic screwdrivers are fundamentally the same, and yet this is the most fun. It's, you know, just silly enough. Absolutely giving this one and this slider idea, because when Pertwee's holding it, and you know, the concept of the mechanism, rather than later screwdrivers, of course, being very wand like, this is which is a very powerful sort of commanding sort of gesture that was innovated with this one. So this one is all S for me for all the reasons Chris said, but more.
So I'm actually going to rank this one a B. I do like it. I do. But the spiral, I feel, is good. I don't know why. Like a Mandela effect. For some reason, I thought in the show it was like a yellow chamber and then a black spiral, which sounds a little more complicated, but not very complicated when you think about it. But this is, I don't know. In comparison, I think that it is refined better down the line. All right, that brings us to I can zoom in. 4th and 5th Doctor.
This one.
That one.
This one.
This one. Now, for me, 4th and 5th Doctor one, it's okay. It's there. It exists. I would have to give it a C.
C.
You know, most of the time I keep forgetting that the 4th Doctor had a screwdriver. He did.
No, he used it a lot.
Which is weird because I could never like remember that he used it a lot. That's the thing. And I know, obviously, you know, the 5th Doctor had it until it got destroyed. Yeah, so
no Sonic.
but even then, like,
counts.
even then, like, I can barely remember 4 having it, despite the fact he used it a lot. But I remember 5 having it mainly because he was the one that had it destroyed. So yeah, I'd say C. I think it's okay. It's just there. It's not.
All right. How about you, Landry of the Q Walkers?
The only thing this one brings to the table that isn't a downgrade from the previous one is the bullet-like chamber. You see the comparison here, where, you know, we got I don't know how well that shows, but you know,
give me a second. Solo.
Yeah, it's just me orienting them the correct way, which is never going to happen. So the longer bullet-like chamber, that really makes a difference for me. I like that, but that's the only thing that I like better. Otherwise, it's just a less fun version of what we already have. It adds this weird little swoosh at the bottom that goes nowhere and isn't very exciting, and it got rid of all the color except for a little bit, the fun stripes on it. It's going to be a D for me. The thing is, it's fundamentally a great Sonic screwdriver, but it's just the one we already had, only less so.
So I actually am going to put this one in A because I think that the details, refining it, making it sleeker, I like that a little more. I'm a fan of fun and the campy swirl. I understand, but again, I think that this one is just it looks a little sleeker. I do like the head with that small gap of an opening, just and I
No,
just I
no,
think
wait. There is a difference between the ones we are saying. Okay, I've got so. All right, so it should be this one. So whose is this one? This is almost identical.
I'm trying
There's
to.
one the fourth and one is the fifth.
I don't know one that has it red on the end of it, so that's a good question, but I don't know.
Yeah, and this one has a white stripe, and this one doesn't have the white stripe. Otherwise, they're identical. One has a white stripe with a red head. The other has no stripe and has a black tip.
Well, the one we're
I
going
have-
to be talking about next, the 7th and 8th Doctor sonic screwdriver, has a gold band, which I
Yeah,
don't
that's another different one. So we have, I think the fourth and fifth. I think we can count them as the same because the differences are so minimal. I think that's what that is a difference between the fourth and the fifth. That's very tiny.
So, Chris, 7th and 8th, because there's no Sonic Lance. I'm going to say it again. You can't have it.
Okay. I'm gonna put this one at D. It's just a blander looking version of 4 and 5s.
Do you have it? Do you really have that? So,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, he does.
The button's different on this one. It doesn't have the slider and it has a button instead.
But yeah, honestly, I feel like it's just a like plainer version of 4 and 5s. Just but hey, let's just put a gold band on it and let's kind of invert the colors. So like the round top is now silver instead of red, and then the actual thing in the middle is red instead of silver. I don't know. I never kind of liked that one. It was just too plain. It's just too plain of a design for a Sonic design that was already kind of plain beforehand.
What's interesting is the inversion of the heads on these, because it's not just they're the same length more or less, but they inverted where the bullet-like form sits in the circle.
That's so weird that you have one that's red though. Like again, like one that's like a 4th, 5th Doctor sonic screwdriver, but with the red on the bullet. That's weird.
So, what was your ranking on this one, Chris?
D.
You know, I'm going with F on this one. Again, for the same reasons. I'm just going more. I'm just copying Chris, only with a more extreme version again, because admittedly, this is based on the toy because we saw this very little anywhere else. But
we saw it once.
Yeah, right. It does. This one doesn't slide. Has a button instead. It's just the slightest modifications, and it's even. We've gone from this whimsical third Doctor one over the years to something that is just so boring in comparison. Without adding all the fun stuff of it, came from the third Doctor. The shape, the circular top. So it's an F for me.
Okay. For me, I am going to go. I mean, just looking at it, it's not great. I think I'm going to go with Landry. I think this is an F. It could have been better. And the only time it was used the wrong way by Sylvester McCoy. So, because he never had one until the movie. But yeah, F. It's not great. It's not great. I can't just keep echoing. So let's go to the War Doctor's sonic screwdriver.
You've also got the War Doctors one.
Oh my god, I love that sound. I almost bought it. I almost broke and bought it at a convention once. Maybe I'll break when I go to a convention this weekend because I honestly do want it. Go ahead.
Now,
Well, yeah, go ahead, Chris.
I do like that it actually sounds different compared to. No, this was released during New Who, so all the Sonics always had like that same sound. I do like it had a slightly different one. I do like it's kind of it's homaging obviously the classic designs, but the tip of it is closer to how the majority of the New Who designs are with the screwdriver. Other than that, it's a very kind of just plain, just boring design. It's not particularly bad. D.
Okay. But is it better or worse than the 7th / 8th Doctors?
I'd say it's better because it is actually slightly different.
There we go.
Because 7th, 8th is just like, let's just take 4 and 5s and just make it blander.
I'm going to start off by saying I'm giving this one a B, which is a high ranking for me, to be honest. It was a tough call. It strips out it's basically the old screwdriver. They do a nice job of kind of bridging the concept of it into the modern New Who era, by having it become more of the magic wand rather than the remote garage door opener sort of thing with it. It adds this twisty bit at the bottom that doesn't twist on the toy, for the record. This does nothing. But this is a new piece, and the new sound goes a long way. They brought the slidey bit back. It is still the same toy, though. So B is a generous. I'm being generous with that, only because I like that they thought enough to go, let's make it start to look more like where it goes. And so we see kind of that ape to caveman evolution happening, which I like that.
Okay. You know what? I actually completely agree. I think that this is a B. I think that as it is a perfect bridge to what we get in the modern era while respecting that classic design. And I really want one. I need to get one. But yeah, that's how I feel about the 8th Doctor. Now we have left, because even though he's New Who, so we've already entered the New Who wave, but let's go ahead again. 9th Doctor.
I'm gonna give this a B.
Okay.
I think as the sonic screwdriver of the new era, I think it's solid. I'm not particularly a fan of the middle section tan look. I kind of like when the Sonic is a bit. I don't know, the tan coloring on it makes it stands out, which is I guess the point, but it doesn't feel like it flows or fits well with the other color scheme with that Sonic screwdriver. So I don't know. B. I give it a B.
Okay. I am going to go ahead and bring in Javane. Hello, Javane.
Hey, good evening. Good evening. Or at least where I'm at, good evening.
How are you doing today, Javane?
I'm doing okay. Doing okay. Interested to see how I'm gonna do on this assignment here.
Okay. I'm going to continue with how we were going, and then I'm going to put you at the end, and then
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're right in time for the start of New Who, so we can finish out New Who and then get your opinions on the classics. We can do it that way.
So, Landry of the Quinn.
Okay, so I got the prop here, the toy, as before. I see what Chris is saying about the tan. I like that it brightens it up a little. Of course, I'm colorblind, so it's a little easier on my eye, maybe. But what I do really like about this one over the 10th Doctor is the yellow, which is just takes me back to the 3rd Doctor. It feels like just this night. It's in the same little bit too, and it's a spiral again. That felt, I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it sure seems like it. And I love that. I love that it feels like, again, when they build connective tissue with these things, I love the, you know, all the effects with it, the way it's used in the show. It's still used at this point very much like a screwdriver. Yes, it also melds like barbed wire together or whatever, but it's not reprogramming massive computers or anything at this point. So I like that it's this still fairly simple tool and yet very science fiction-y. I'm giving this one an S. I'm giving this one an S.
An S for Sonic. Jimmy is also trying to join us. Spoilers, because he's on his way in here, but it says device is not connected, so he's probably saying, "What the hell is this?"
We blocked him.
No matter how he might fight with me, I wouldn't block him.
No, I'm doing it now.
I'm putting this in B, and I'm putting it at the bottom of B. You know what? No, I'm putting it at the top of C. I'm not a big fan of this design. Not a huge fan. Hello to you, Jimmy.
Hello. I had to show up. As soon as I saw Javane, I was like, I got to actually make a statement.
Wow. So you were watching the stream, and then Javane showed up, and you were like, okay, now I join.
No. I actually was watching it, but I was driving home. So
okay, that's fair.
Fair.
I was teasing you a bit. I'm not
teasing it. Everything I say to Jimmy is deadly serious.
So here's how we're doing this. I'm explaining why I'm putting this in C. I'm not a big fan of this one in particular. That tan really does bring it down to me. I do like that blue tip at the end. I do. But it is that whole tan little texture in the middle is where all the flaws lie, and the next one isn't going to be that much better. So Javane, come back to us, sweet prince.
Well, everyone prepare to be bitterly disappointed. I just listened to you guys in the last couple of minutes. I have no idea about most of these screwdrivers.
Okay.
First of all, I'll start off with classic food. It's like I was really straining my brain of the classic guys, and maybe you guys can help me out. Which of them actually use their screwdrivers?
3, 4.
2.
3 and 4.
2 actually used it as a screwdriver. He is the only doctor that I can remember used it as a screwdriver.
Patrick Troughton, his was a pen light.
Yeah, this right here, the pen is the second doctor. I have it up on the screen if you can see it.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I only remember 2 using a screwdriver. So he'd have to get his screwdriver have to get the highest ranking for me. For the life of me, of the classic Who that I've watched, I cannot remember the other classic Who guys using their screwdrivers.
Tom Baker used it in his opening episode, Robot, trying to get into that fortress.
So where did you want to go ahead and put that? S?
I'm gonna give that an S.
Okay. S for something.
All my rankings will be utility.
Okay. So
based on
the third doctor, he used his when fighting the holy crap, what did he face? He
used it against Sea Devils. He activated the mines.
Didn't he summon his car with it?
I think so, maybe, yeah. I think he maybe did summon Bessie with it.
Bessie.
Or the Who-mobile.
Notice the fancy yellow spiral on it. Evocative of what we see on the Eccleston sonic screwdriver, I'd like to point out.
Okay.
All right, so because Lance, you said that, I'll give it whatever the ranking is right below S.
Hey.
That's how you do it. That's good.
Okay. Next is the 4th and 5th Doctors. It is like the 3rd Doctor Sonic Screwdriver, except it's sleeker. It doesn't have the yellow spiral.
Blander.
It's
A
blander.
blander.
That's
But then it gets blanderer.
Yeah, I was going to say this one's looking sort of like a dentist tool, so I think I'm gonna have to go with. Woo.
well,
Tire
what?
That's
gauge.
gonna have to,
Looks like a
that's
tire
gonna have to
gauge.
be. Yeah, that's gonna have to be a C for me on that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next is the 7th and 8th Doctor Sonic Screwdriver. He used this during the TV movie. That's it.
Even more bland.
Yeah, that's all you need to say.
Bland.
What's the lowest ranking?
That's it for friends who do stuff together.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
F for fair.
War
Fair, fair
Doctor.
ranking.
He used this for the 50th anniversary. And I'm pretty sure you might have heard part of our argument about it, but go ahead.
All right, now is this the one? Now I remember the three of them basically sizing up, if that's the way to put it. Was his the extendable one?
No, his doesn't extend. His no. This is
That was 11.
yeah.
All right, yeah,
Yeah, this is a glorified laser pointer.
yeah, you ain't wrong about that, Landry.
No, stop.
I gave it a high ranking. I like it, but it is what it is.
Yeah, he's right. It's a very good laser pointer. It is a very cool laser pointer.
Yeah.
All right, maybe I think I saw a B on there. I'll give that one a B.
B is here. Okay, and then the last one I'm going to ask you before we go ahead and move to Jimmy, and then we do rounds again. 9th Doctor, which is a lot like this 10th Doctor one, except it's only tan.
With bringing
Yeah.
the yellow spiral back. Connective tissue to the 3rd Doctor, you see.
I don't own the 9th Doctor toy, so I don't have any of the spiral. Like,
Yeah, I'll give that one a C only because I'm not a big fan of tan.
but is it better than the 4th, 5th Doctor Sonic Screwdriver?
Okay, given that, I have to give it a B then.
No. It can stay C. I just need to know where to place it on the.
Oh, it's no, it's better. Yeah, it's better than that. Yeah. Mhm.
It's a high C.
It's high C, like the juice.
Yeah. There you go.
All
Jimmy, my friend,
All right.
starting with 2.
F.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
It's a pen.
Okay, well, wow.
Okay.
How dare you? 3rd Doctor.
Yeah, that one is actually kind of cool. They actually did something different with it. It actually looks scientific. I got to give that one a C.
Scientific and fun, I'd like to point out.
Oh,
Whimsical.
very fun. Very fun.
4th, 5th Doctor.
That one has to be a D.
D. Okay.
And then the 7th Doctor, I don't know why, but I like the gold band. I'll do same D, but just higher than the other one.
Wow. Okay. I think if it could slide, then I would also feel that way a little bit.
I love the War Doctor one because it's a modern take on an old sonic screwdriver. It's actually
That's what I said.
it's really cool. I'll give it a B. I like it.
That's fair. Okay, and then the 9th Doctor's sonic screwdriver.
Hey, because you guys didn't mention this at all. You guys, I don't like tan. Guys, it's supposed to be the 10th Doctor's, but worn down from how much he's used it during the Time War. That's it. It's the same thing. He just used it more.
9th Doctor.
But
No.
but
Yeah, the 9th Doctor.
Okay.
I'll give that an A.
an A. Okay.
I loved the tan. I didn't have a problem with the tan. I love the yellow.
Okay.
No, Landry, you're perfectly, beautiful in all ways. It's just these other complainers.
Okay.
Hey.
Let's go ahead. Top of the order. Chris.
The 10th Doctors.
10th Doctor.
Now, I like this one. I like this better than the 9th Doctor's one. I'm going to put it at, but I think they're still on the same level. They're essentially the same design, just one doesn't have the tan on it. So high B, yeah.
Okay. Landry.
Well, I mean, as mentioned, it is the same design. Just what I mean, I love the design though, but it's going to be lower than the other one because it loses the yellow. I love the yellow twisty bit. What did I rank the? I'm gonna give this one an A. Because it's a little more, as good as it is just a little less colorful and fun. And that's what gave both of my S categories notice are the colorful and fun ones.
Okay, so I'm next in the order. I'm going to give this higher than the other. I'm going to actually put it at a low B. Low B, because I have more fun with.
Nothing's broken the S ranking for you. Look at you. Okay.
Not yet, but we're
not
close.
yet. Spoilers.
Gervain, the 10th Doctors, which is just the 9th Doctors, but not as rusted.
So what did I give the 9th Doctor one?
You gave that a C, high C.
All right, I'll give this one an A. Yeah.
Wow, you really hated that too.
No, this one I like because for me a lot of this is utility more than design, and I remember the 10th Doctor using the screwdriver a lot more.
So do you like it better than the 3rd Doctors?
Yeah, you can make it a high 8. Yep.
High. Okay, Jimmy.
You guys aren't mentioning a lot, which is kind of upsetting. You guys are forgetting. This is okay. The 9th Doctor Sonic looks that way because it's connecting old Who with new Who, while trying to make it also fresh, while also keeping in touch with the lore, with the Time War and stuff like that. And then what happens after the 9th Doctor leaves? A new Doctor comes in, younger, sleeker. What happens with the stories? They become more modernized. They become more fresh. And the Sonic Screwdriver, his Sonic Screwdriver, matches his stories, his like character, his whole style. It fits in with the new era of Doctor Who. For that, what's A? What's on my list?
A is the 9th Doctor.
All right, I'll give it A, but right above that.
Okay. All right, then, Chris, we're on to the 11th Doctor Sonic Screwdriver.
S design right there. Probably my favorite design for a sonic screwdriver. It was always one of the toys I always wanted as a kid. I don't know how old I was back then, but I always wanted that. And then when my brother got it, I repurposed it to my possession. Is what I did with it.
Oh, you did what the Doctor did with the TARDIS. He borrowed it.
I forever borrowed it. No, I absolutely love this design for the Sonic. It's so cool, so good, and I love when it extends. It has the claws. What are the claws for? I don't know. It just makes it look cooler.
Sadly, my claw mechanism is broken, so the minorest flip. We'll go ahead and set it up.
Same thing with mine.
Yeah, sad. Okay, Landry. That 11th Doctor Sonic Screwdriver.
Wait. I'm looking at this list. We're missing 2 Sonic screwdrivers.
We're only counting the ones that the Doctor used.
Yeah, we're not counting River Songs, and we're not counting the laser.
Okay, so we're just not including some of the best ones. That's fine.
I know
That's
laser
cool.
screwdriver is the best one. Period.
That's cool. No, Rivers is the best, but
Sure.
I see what you're saying.
Crap.
They're both fine. We didn't talk about Romana's either.
And I do have that.
I don't remember Romana's.
She made her own.
One story, a bad story.
And she improved it.
So 11th Doctor, Landry.
Okay, I mean the claws opening is great. There's a lot to love about this one, but there's the way Matt Smith flourished it and used it very dramatically. Some of the best sonic screwdriver performances. However, I do not like the color breakdown on this one. I don't like the white handle. I don't like just how large it is. I don't like how much we've diverged from the original at this point. It's a combination of things that don't quite work great for me. They made it work in the show, but when I'm just looking at it as a toy or a prop design, it's nice that it matches the TARDIS in a lot of ways and all that. But for me, it's going to be a C. There's a lot to like about it, but I don't like the color breakdown on it.
C above the second Doctor's or below?
Above.
Okay, Landry, I try to stick up for you, man. You gotta work with me. You gotta work with me, man.
I didn't give it a D. How about that? Listen, look at this. I mean,
Perfect.
Silver and bronze,
Every way.
silver, bronze, and black. So white. Why is it white here?
This,
What kind of design is it? This is.
it's
Victorian.
a handle. It's just a nice handle. It's a handle that is held, whereas the black rubber part is used by the thumb. It's the
It's
thumb.
also, we've gone from, it's just a little much. It's just a little much. It's a little,
Well, a little much is exactly what I need. This is S. This is fan-frickin-tastic. I love it so much. It is art in the form of a fucking stick.
Yeah, I hate agreeing with him.
Jermaine, the 11th Doctor screwdriver.
I take Landry's points, but this is an S for me. I was with Chris all the way this one, but I take Landry's points about what I loved about this screwdriver was the way 11 used it. It was an assessment tool. It was a weapon. It was a comedy prop. When I remember it mostly from when he and River are fighting back to back against the Silence, and she's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Helping." I think he's something said like that. So to me, I could take Landry's points on the design, and particularly in terms of the colors and stuff like that. But I do like the claws, and I do think the way the Doctor used it with such flourish is what makes it S for me.
Okay.
Yep.
Is that the same position for you, Jimmy? S.
I give it an S, and I'll tell you why.
What?
When you think of things that are perfect, you think of Ryan Reynolds, Nicolas Cage's accent in Con Air, and you think of this sonic screwdriver. It really doesn't get much better than that. And for that, Your Honor, I object everything Landry said about it.
Chris, sunglasses.
they didn't have.
Oh, F. I fucking hate the sunglasses.
Yep.
That was so stupid.
Can I just jump in with an F right now? I don't need to.
Amen, brother.
Wow.
I'll third that
Moffat
motion.
was not cooking when he decided, you know what the 12th Doctor needs? Sonic sunglasses.
Jimmy, do you agree, F?
Oh, absolutely.
Jimmy, I
Oh,
need to
sorry.
know because they could go ahead and talk about it. Are you going to agree, F?
I'd rather skip because they don't deserve to even be on a list.
Right?
I'm going to put them
Thank
on
you.
D.
What?
They
You didn't put
are
it in D?
fun.
Bro, this is the epitome of people wearing sunglasses indoors at night. Why?
No.
Doctor is going through at that point this sort of midlife, late life, post-life crisis, and
Capaldi looked good.
He rides on not a motorcycle. He rides on a tank and wears sonic sunglasses. Of course he does, because he doesn't have his own sonic screwdriver yet.
You're
Capaldi
biased.
looked
No.
good in
No. He's biased because look what he's wearing now. They look exactly the same except they're blue. Look at you, Pixel.
But I mean, I'm no. There's no.
Well, it's
excuse
equally
for
ocular
doing this.
enabled. No.
I am giving him an excuse. Would you rather him just be absolutely terribly wrong?
Okay. I'm not even going to put it on the board for Jimmy.
Don't.
Okay.
In fact, can you edit this and just take it out?
I can't. So
It's not a screwdriver.
Chris, I know. Let me have my fun, Chris.
We didn't have the
Pixel,
Sonic
look,
name.
I'm wearing my Sonic sunglasses right now. I'm using it to DDoS you right now.
The first doctor wearing them saying, "What is search history?" Browser.
Wow, what a good joke, Steven.
Fun. Have fun. Have some fun. That's all I'm saying.
I remembered it when you used it in a different episode as well, Steven.
Yup.
The lodger, yeah, seasons ago. It's a good joke. It can be used twice, especially with somebody from the 60s.
It's a
Anyway.
tired joke. It's a tired.
Pixel, I have a serious question for you. Like, actually, though. Like, actually.
Okay.
You think they're good, right?
I think they're fun. I didn't say they're good.
Okay.
That's why I put them in D. Listen, I don't like the movie Screwdriver all that much. So I put it in F because it's just in comparison.
Let me finish. It was a serious question. Do you like them? Yes or no?
I think I like them. Yeah.
Okay. So, like, why do you like being wrong?
Here's a pixel finger for you. Eric Breen can explain to you the significance of it.
I already know. You shove it up your ass.
Chris.
Okay.
12th Doctor's Sonic Screwdriver, which he barely used.
Barely uses.
It was actually kind of refreshing, though, when he brought it in season 10.
Yeah, because we didn't have to deal with the bloody sunglasses anymore.
And,
Oh my god.
Amen.
Right.
I'm gonna give this. I'm gonna give this a high B. I like the design. I just wished it was actually, used a bit more. I wish 12 got it from like the get go, or at least when like he left the previous one with Davros, that he brings out this one as a new one instead of the glasses. I think that it would have been better, but yeah, design wise, I kind of like the design of it.
You think it's better than the 10th Doctor's Sonic Screwdriver?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shut up. No, you don't.
Yeah.
I do.
Landry.
Let me see my rankings here.
Oh, okay. Look, go ahead. Look. Wish I owned that.
Scroll up. Let's see. What do I have on S? No.
S. You have Third Doctor's.
Yeah. I'm going with a It's a low A for me. It has a lot of the problems that the Matt Smith one has in terms of it's diverged a lot from. It's gotten overly complicated. I love the blue. I love the blue color. Yep. And unlike the Matt Smith one, where I have a problem with how the color breaks, doesn't seem like this one. The color goes. It's a through line, whereas this one feels like parts of different things welded together, like chunked together in a way I don't like. This one has a DIY quality to it, but around it. So I like this one better. In terms of the toy, I love that we get the blue light, the green light, and other various features. Unlike the Matt Smith one, it lacks the amazing extension and claw capabilities, but I still really like the color. So it's slightly higher than for me than the last. Yeah, no, it's a low A.
Okay. For me, this is below the War Doctors because it has a lot. So it's a medium B, so lower medium. I don't like it. I really don't. I like it a little bit. No, I gotta fix that. I like it less than the 10th Doctors. The 10th Doctors is better than it. It is sadly just a little too It's like a candle holder with a crystal at the end, and it's just ugly. It's really ugly in that way. It's better than the Ninth Doctor's with that stupid tan. It's better than a pin light. It's better than sunglasses. It's better than the TV movie one, but it's not better than the 10th Doctor's, which is pretty low actually in comparison to a lot of these. So that should say something. Jermaine.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with you on this one, Pixel. I'm gonna give it a B. Yeah, and I think for much the same reasons. I actually do not like the design of this one. I do like the colors. But not the design. And it also would be because I just don't remember him using it at all. So it's like, yeah.
Jimmy, the 12th Doctor Sonic Screwdriver.
Let me see my list.
Okay. F, you have the second Doctors. D, you have 4th, 5th, and then 4 asses, of course.
I will say bottom of B.
Low B.
Well,
Better than the 3rd Doctors?
yeah, that's right. I know. Bottom of C. Yeah, I'll do that. The
I think it's
problem,
difficult at this point.
yeah, it does. For me, it's like where the light. You know how like the War Doctor, David Tennant's Sonic, and Matt Smith, they have like one small light at the top. With
This one has.
yeah, they have a full 2 inches.
And it's got a little TARDIS-esque like top. I like.
Yeah, I mean, but that wasn't. I didn't notice that. It was just. I think they went too much with the light. It kind of felt like a crystal rather than an actual like beam of Sonic. Or you know what I mean? Like, it's cool. I actually, with my Sonic screwdrivers, I like them. I like more of the metallic side. That's why I really like the 10th and 9th Doctors. Because they're like all metallic, but at the same time, the very top, there's a small bit of light, and it feels like actual hardware. It feels like an actual tool. This, half of it, was not a tool. It was just like a light, a crystal at the top. There was nothing to it. But the actual handle part was the metallic part, which I kind of like. So I got to give it just slightly below the 3rd Doctor's, because the 3rd Doctor is like it's really cool. That is a tool, but yeah, I'll give it. That's good. That's good. I'll go there.
So that brings us to the 13th Doctor Sonic Screwdriver for Chris.
No.
Chris.
Do the exact. Yep.
Above or below the sunglasses?
Above, because
Below.
at least it is a screwdriver.
Yeah, I like how she made it. Like, I like the bit.
I
where she
do
makes-
like that. I like that it is like
Yep.
she made it herself.
Right,
Like,
it's not
it's
even
got a
supposed to
really
be.
good
It's just a
design.
jury-rigged screwdriver. She doesn't have the old one or access to a replacement, so she makes a makeshift one. So its weirdness works a little.
So for Landry, it's above the sunglasses, but below the TV movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that, just only because that forging it scene, which is a really nice bit. And I'd
agree.
love to see the Doctor making more of them.
I concur. It is the bottom of F for me. The sunglasses are over it for me.
Shut up.
Listen. Listen. 2 Christmases ago, we did a secret Santa, and we were supposed to put items that we wanted. So I went ahead and I put a sonic screwdriver on that list, but I put the 3rd Doctor's, and that wasn't an option at the time to go ahead and purchase for some reason. So my sister-in-law, who ended up being my secret Santa, said, whenever I got the gift, I figured you would prefer this compared to the 13th Doctor's, and that was the 4th and 5th Doctor's Sonic. So, yeah, this is garbage. This is utter garbage. She made it from Sheffield steel. It's garbage. You do not want steel.
No. Sheffield steel is good. It's just the design. It's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
It really is.
It is.
I wasn't
I mean,
really,
again, if it'd been a one-off for that episode, and then she made a better one, I wouldn't have a problem with
it. It also doesn't make sense because we've seen where sonic screwdrivers come from, which is the TARDIS. Right after the 11th hour, at the end of it, he gets a new one.
I never liked that they just come from the TARDIS.
You don't like that? I love that idea.
Here's the
because it matches. It matches this TARDIS, the style of the new Doctor, which is why I like it.
So the 13th Doctor's does go ahead and it does match the style of her ugly ass TARDIS interior as well.
That's true.
So that fits for that. I prefer the idea of the Doctor being able to piece it together like that one particular set. Landry knows what I'm talking about. The sonic screwdriver set that had multiple.
I almost brought those out with these. I have them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is what I would have preferred
They did
too.
two
Something like that. But instead, she makes this ugly monstrosity, which goes ahead and does not help her in any way. Gervain, the 13th Doctor. Is it bottom of the barrel or is it above the sunglasses?
Well, I'm going to give it a D. And the only reason why I'm giving it a D is because I think 13 needs some wins in life. So much of what happens to her is not her fault. Much like this screwdriver, because I do like I like everyone else, I like the idea that she built it herself. I just don't see from what I would assume is the Doctor's design sense and what she had to work with, this is what she would come up with. So I just chalk this up to more bad writing for Jodie, where it's like great ideas, but just poor execution. It starts off strong and then it just goes left. So the only reason I'm going to give it a D is because I just think she needs some wins in life. But yeah, it doesn't, it looks nothing like the other screwdrivers. There's no sense of where this would come from in terms of a Gallifreyan's design sensibilities. And it just doesn't look like anything. It doesn't necessarily do anything, but I think it shuts her and everybody else into the middle of space. And it just, after that, it just, again, is one of these Doctors. I just don't remember her using a screwdriver in any meaningful way at all. So, but I'll give it a D.
Okay.
I've crapped on 13 in enough areas of my life. So,
Jimmy, the 13th Doctors.
Yeah. Pixel, look. I'm trying to share my screen. This reminds me. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Jimmy, what is
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Jimmy's a comedian. He's just saying what we were all thinking. But anyway.
Jimmy, you're single, right?
Yeah, I'm single. It doesn't matter. Am I wrong?
And she also made it that time of the month too.
Would you rather me share it? Like say it out loud? Or
say what it is. Give it a number.
All right. It looks like it has 11, 12, 13 settings for a vibrator. It's
rank
the bottom of the F. Okay. Oh, you didn't. Yeah, you didn't rank. You didn't rank
only
my
not to
sunglasses.
rank the sunglasses.
Yep. You're right.
So you like it more than the sunglasses?
No. Yeah.
Sunglasses.
I do, I guess.
Chris, the 14th Doctors.
Okay. I'm going to put this at low C.
Okay.
Now, I kind of dig the design. I do like it's a mix and match. I just don't like how it was used in the 60th. And by how it was used once with no explanation of how this is a thing now. He just has it, and it can like make holographic interfaces and hard light shields apparently somehow, and that's the only time it's used, and then we get a new one anyway. It's such a pointless screwdriver
It's
to
so that
have.
people like
It
me
is
will buy
there
the
to
toy.
sell toys, which Pixel is dumb enough to buy. Well, he's getting one
Hey,
gifted.
here's a pixel finger for you too.
Pixel is
I like
dumb
how I'm
enough.
holding it up.
Message
I'm not
Eric
saying-
Green.
I'm not saying
Damn,
Landry is just,
son.
Landry doesn't come here and be like, I'm gonna buy my 50th one of the same screwdriver, not just like different ones.
I bought one more, and it
You
was
did buy
coming
2 of them.
Hold on.
gold fucking plated. It's
Yeah. You got one that doesn't even exist in the show, Pixel. Good for
Did
you.
you buy all 3?
Pixel. You heard Javane laughing, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean-
That's why I like him.
All right.
Landry,
That
I
went left
need
quick.
your ranking.
There's a lot I like about this and a lot I don't. I don't like the way it almost is like flower-like. I like that it has effects. Like it has these bits. It has things like this that are interesting, and yet it just feels weird. As far as having a similar kind of pale bit that the third one does, it has it in the middle, which breaks it up less. It's not as starkly white, which helps. I don't think it's meant to evoke that. I think it's meant to evoke the tan one. A lot of people thought it was meant to evoke the that part, of the 11th, but I don't think so. That's this middle bit here. I give it a. Let me see what's on my. I'm gonna put this at a middle C. Middle C.
Okay.
It's fine.
So I'm going to be the insane one here. This is my top tier. This is S. This is the best of all the world.
What a shocker from the guy that has 3 of them.
I have 2. I have 2.
Oh, you didn't buy the matte finish one. I should have figured you
Buy
would.
the normal version that was sold to most people. Okay? I don't need it because I have the special Chrome edition. Okay? Listen.
Watches he buys it anyway.
How dare you. This has the best of all worlds. It has that little rubber rest in the 11th Doctors. It has that little cracky bit that is actually invoking more of the laser screwdriver, which would be the top. That would be the top. It is the best screwdriver the show has ever had,
Dude,
and
it is literally the tan part that you hated. It is the tan part. It's this. It's just the tan part again. See it?
No, well, I don't have a tan version of this, but it does have that middle, almost marble cracked version that just looks good. It is
Like this one.
beautiful. This is a beautiful screwdriver, and it honestly should have stuck around for some more time because this is just a beauty. I love it so
You
much.
look drunk on it.
I'm drunk on something else, but I do love this. It is fantastic. So it is my top tier.
All right.
Gervais,
How much is Disney paying you for this?
none.
No, it's good.
Zilch.
Okay, so you're just like a bad person.
How dare you. Gervais, Doctor.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see with this one. Landry kind of nailed it for me. I was actually pruning my flowers as I was listening to this, and this totally reminded me of my tulips. So that's why I have to go as a C. I
Which
also
one?
agree with.
Middle C or
We can give it mid C. We can give it mid C. Yeah, we can give it mid C. It's not terrible, but yeah, I also agree with Chris. The fact of it was only used at one time and exhibited powers far beyond mortal screwdrivers. It's just like, yeah, it's not terrible, but it's not great. So yeah, it's right in the middle. C is.
okay. Jimmy.
Top of D. It's not bad. It doesn't look the best. It's just it's a mix between 9, 10,
the most beautiful
11.
driver there is. Okay.
Yeah, just because you shove it up your ass doesn't mean you're right. It's not that good. It's really just. It doesn't look like. It looks like someone who's a fan of 10 and 11 was like, I want to make a screwdriver that looks like both of them combined.
It does. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
And that's like the major fan cast, like the most like fan built thing ever. It was like, I get if you make fanfic, whatever, good for you. Some of you are great. Landry made a fanfic Doctor Who story, which he tried to get published, tried to get people to interest.
Well, it was a pitch. It was a pitch.
It was a pitch, and you know what? It was actually a good story. Surprise, surprise. A published author who's a New York Times bestseller is a good pitch guy. Yeah, surprise, surprise. But most people aren't. And the guy who made this screwdriver, go back to your mom's basement, bro. Like, it's not that good.
He's designed more screwdrivers than just that one. That was what he designed specifically for the anniversary because it's an anniversary screwdriver.
Okay. Did he make the?
He designed the 10th Dr. Sonic screwdriver. Yeah.
That's good. Did he make the 13th?
No, I don't think so.
No, everyone was new on the 13th. The designer.
Thank God. All right. Well, if he made the 10th, good for him. He lost his touch.
Okay. I don't want to. Okay. 15th Dr. Sonic screwdriver.
Click remote, click remote, click remote, click remote. Put
Thank
that
you.
shit in F.
Where in F?
Above the sunglasses. Sunglasses are still going to be bad, but it's equally bad because it is not a screwdriver. It is a click remote.
Okay.
I don't like it. I don't like that it can randomly have different casings. Whatever. There's no function to the different casing colors. I don't care. It's just there to sell toys. But I don't like it as a design. It doesn't look like a screwdriver. Hey, I don't like the 13th Doctor's one. It still at least retained a similar shape to a screwdriver. Sonic
Chris,
Remote doesn't.
Sorry, Pixel. I want you to know I'm not holding this hostage. I am going to send it to you. It is a gift, by the way. I don't want money for it. This is a gift. I am going to get this to you. I don't want it.
So where do you want it on your list?
I have all of these. I don't want this one. I always be honest. I don't like this as a sonic screwdriver. I do think it's a fun design. I love the little dial bit in the center. I love the fact that the bottom actually folds up into the top part, kind of, making it. It still looks like a foot, but whatever. But it goes in the smaller version, the extended version. It's got little bits that come off it. It's a fun, wonky, weird device. And if the Doctor had this as another thing, and it wasn't a sonic screwdriver, it would not be an issue for me. But it is not. It's in terms of sonic screwdrivers, it's a it's an F above Jody's. Only because I like the whimsy of it. It's not a sonic. Now, again, if this wasn't a sonic screwdriver, I'd as a prop, as a toy, as a design, I'd probably give this a B. But in terms of screwdrivers, it's an F.
Okay. For me, it has grown on me. Even though I don't own it yet, because you're holding
it. It's just here. It's yours. I promise you.
I'll believe that when it's here and I can do an unboxing live on stream.
Okay, I will go to the post office tomorrow. I'm just so lazy, Pixel. I'm so lazy.
I'm just teasing you.
I have guilt.
I have really grown to appreciate a lot of the features that it has. I think that it is. I think it is a high D. I think I like it more than this. I can't get the sunglasses. I like it more than the sunglasses. I think that it has a lot of fun as a tool. I've been going through. We went through 2 of the audio novels for the 15th Doctor, and whenever they go ahead and mention it's a screwdriver, but it doesn't really look like a screwdriver. That line never means more than it does right now. But I do like it as a tool, and the way that 15 goes ahead and he utilizes it, he has swagger with it. It's great in that way, but it's not a great screwdriver.
I have no problem with his performance with it as a prop. Like, that's not an issue for me.
It's such a good prop.
Yeah.
But it's not a screwdriver.
No.
So, but it's better than the sunglasses. It's better than Jodie's. It's better than the TV movies, even for me. Gervain, this shovel. What would you like?
Well, I own a Nissan Sentra, and this basically looks like the remote to my car. It's like if this thing opened garage doors, I'd be the hit of my neighborhood. But the simple fact of the matter is, I'm real tempted to go to now. Who wouldn't put this on their board at all? The Sonic sunglasses.
That's Jimmy.
Me.
Yeah, I'm tempted to go Jimmy on this one and not rank this at all. To me, this is the equivalent of Six's TARDIS malfunctioning, where it didn't look like a police box anymore. I don't like different just for the sake of being different. And this feels
I love you.
Unlike the sunglasses, I don't feel that level of nihilism. But I do feel like this is being different for no other reason of being different. So I think I'm going sub F, and I'm not putting it on the board.
Okay, you're not putting it on the board at all. You really think sunglasses are better than this?
I think the sunglasses, even though I think they're heinous in their own right, I do think, given the character arc at that point, I think they were more appropriate.
Hold up! No! Hold up!
Go ahead.
This screwdriver, which I'm with you, I'm not a big fan of, looks more like a screwdriver than the fucking sunglasses.
When I saw this, I was like, this is literally a car remote. It's a garage remote. So as even saying it's a car remote would actually means it had some value. It's a garage remote. That's what this is. This is stuff that I would stick inside the TARDIS, and before I was going to go to the door, I would hit the button so the door would open, even though I could snap my fingers and make the doors open. It serves no purpose.
No.
All.
No. Oh my God. Okay.
None. At least with the sunglasses, I would look cool. This, I would not look cool. I wouldn't even know where to put this thing on my key ring. No.
Remember, it folds up into like a small disc, so you put it in any pocket.
Yeah. Frog, shut up.
Does it tell time? Exactly.
Fair enough.
Hey, Jimmy, what do you want to do with it?
Let me see my list.
Okay.
Okay. You know what this reminds me of? All right, this isn't bad. Okay. Look at that. Pixel, I'm sharing something.
Okay.
It's not as bad as you think. I know, last one was bad.
Oh, God.
I guess y'all kissing the monetizing on this one goodbye.
All right, ready? Look, ready?
We don't get monetized. A shoe.
I mentioned that. Yeah, no, you're not wrong. It does have a shoe-like feel.
They have the same circle here as here.
At least the circle on this one has this little bit where it goes out. So,
right, and to make it worse,
deodorizer. Oh my god,
dude, to make it worse, it kind of does look like a maxi pad.
Oh God.
Oh.
It does.
Okay. Where's your
does.
ranking? What's your ranking?
Let me see my list again.
Jesus.
I think you've lost
Look.
seeing things.
Look at it.
Because it has like a little bit of the same style, a little bit of the same coloring, a little bit of like, it kind of feels like a sonic screwdriver in its own way. Man, I probably give it the bottom of D. No, top of F. Top of F. And the pen actually gets moved up to D.
Okay. So
That's my yeah.
Okay.
So we've reached the end of our show. Let's go ahead and go through our rankings. For Chris, do you want to go ahead and read off your...
I'll go. Yep. All right. At S, are we going from bottom to top or top to bottom?
Bottom to top.
Okay. At F, I have the 13th Doctor's screwdriver, the 15th Doctor's click remote, and something that isn't a screwdriver either.
Yep.
At D, I have the War Doctor's sonic screwdriver, followed by the 7/8th Doctor's sonic screwdriver. At C, I have the 4th/5th Doctor's sonic screwdriver, followed by the 14th. At B, I have the 12th Doctor's screwdriver, followed by 10s, followed by 9s. At A, I have the 3rd and the 4th Doctor's one. And at S, I have the 11th Doctor's and the 2nd Doctor's because it's the only one out of any of these screwdrivers to undo a screw.
It's true.
It's the only one faithful to its name.
No. It can undo screws. We just
Yeah.
haven't seen it do that since then. Because when has the Doctor needed it to do that?
But
Whenever.
You know what? The sonic sunglasses could undo a screw too. But anyway, Landry, you want to read off your list?
Well, at the bottom, I've got the sunglasses. I've got the Jodie Whittaker makeshift one. I've got the newest Doctor's data pad one, and I've got the what is that? The movie one?
Yeah.
The TV '90s movie one. The 8th Doctor.
Yes, the movie one.
Doctor.
The only movie there.
Above that, I've got what is that? The 5th Doctor, and then in C, which is now we're getting to rankings that matter, middle rankings. The Penlight one, which has a lot of simplicity to it that I love. The weird David Tennant's come back having a midlife crisis Doctor Who one, and then the 13th Doctor, which has a lot of great tricks. I just don't like the color blocking and the size of it. And then we got the War Doctor, which has a really great, again, brings kind of the simplicity back of the Penlight one. And then the overly absurdly complex 12th Doctor one oddly works to me because I really like the colorful sonic screwdrivers. The David Tennant one, his original, because of its telescoping bit and all of that. Just a wonderful, simple design, but works really well. The 9th Doctor is in the second to highest category because it's the exact same as David Tennant's, except it's a little more colorful. And it specifically ties us back. It's the only sonic screwdriver to do this that ties us back to the original by bringing back the yellow spiral of the 3rd Doctor's, well, not original because that's the Penlight, but of the original non-Penlight designs. It is the only one to bring back that connective tissue and really bring it back to the 3rd Doctor. So those are my top 2.
So, do you just say stuff to piss me off on purpose?
I say facts because you have trouble with them.
No.
The bottom of my list is the 13th Doctor Sonic Screwdriver. Partially because it does, Jimmy went ahead and pointed it out, it does look like a dildo.
Anyway.
But past
You're welcome.
it's just sucky. It's just a lot of sucky. She builds it and it isn't built. It doesn't look like it's built by a Time Lord. It doesn't. On top of that is the TV movie. It's just not that great in comparison to the rest. It's low, bottom of the barrel. D, sunglasses, fun. I like modern camp. I'm sorry. That's what it is. And on top of that is the 15th Doctor Sonic Remote, which is what? Actually, that's what it says right here, because that's what it is. It's a remote. It's not a driver. The pin light of the second Doctor is at the bottom of C. It is the one that introduces us to the concept of the sonic screwdriver. It does have that point to it. And it's just a freaking pin light, guys. But on top of that is the Ninth Doctor, which goes ahead and brings us some complexity that's still vaguely screwdriver-esque. Bottom of B is the 12th Doctor. There's a little too much going on all over the place. But it does kind of mimic with that end cap, which I didn't bring up earlier, does kind of mimic the center of the TARDIS console, which is one of the features that I do like. But on top of that, it's the 10th Doctor. On top of that is the War Doctor. And on top of that is the 3rd Doctor. I like the sleekness of the 4th, 5th Doctors, which is what puts it in A. S tier, 11th Doctor Sonic Screwdriver. It's fan-freaking-tastic. It is out of all of them in that order, it is the best one. And on top of that, going ahead and tapping into the love of the 10th Doctor and 11th Doctor era of screwdrivers is S. It is this perfect blend for me. It is the closest I'll probably ever come to owning a laser screwdriver at the end here. But it has that flourish, it has the sleek design, and it has that crackle. It is perfect. It is S. It is my favorite. Jermaine.
All right, as one of the ocular impaired, I'm gonna need some help with some zoom ins here, but we can start at the top with S.
You mean bottom?
Well, yeah. So, like I said, I like the 11th screwdriver. That's one of my favorites because I just remember the Doctor's use of it. I really enjoy all of the theatrical flourishes. I thought he used it to great effect. I liked the second Doctor because I thought it was just sleek, simple. I do remember him using it. Again, a lot of my rankings are based on just utility and how well the Doctors used it. For A, I think that was the 10th Doctor's.
Yes.
Again, I did like the design. I did like his use of the screwdriver. Enjoyed that a lot. And with third Doctor, I just actually like the design. I think it's actually a pretty cool design. I have almost zero memory of him using it, but if I had to pick one out of the bunch, I would pick that one. For B, the War Doctor, again, I like the simplicity. With the 12th Doctor, I do, for the most part, like the colors. Not a big fan of the design, but it gets the job done. For the C screwdrivers, they were just all kind of, for the most part, like mid. So, I didn't have anything against them, but I'm not really anyway for them. They all have their pros and cons. With the D, like I said, I just don't feel good about dumping on Jodie all the time and her run as a Doctor. But it does. But I agree with Pixel. It does not look like a screwdriver that a Time Lord would design. And I think they could have, with the DIY approach they took with it, they could have done something a lot more interesting than this. Yeah, for F, it's just that just looks too pedestrian to me. Looks too much like a dental tool. And like I said, the sunglasses, they're cool as sunglasses, but as a screwdriver, they fail. And then, of course, now that Jimmy has forever seared into my brain that the remote is actually a foot deodorizer, yeah, I'm done with the 15s, whatever they want to call that thing. It's a travesty. So,
well, how did you put the 7th and 8th Doctor screwdriver below Jodie Whittaker's?
Because at least Jodie's looks science fiction-y. That just looks like something that I would just come across at my next checkup. It's like, you know, hey, I'm gonna hit your knee. Let's see if it. No, it's no.
Jimmy, you want to go from the bottom of the barrel?
Yeah. Real quick, friend of the channel who has one of the best Doctor Who podcasts. His name is Connor from the 50% Doctor Who podcast. Although sadly he is from Australia. Share my screen.
Oh,
The birthplace of breakdancing.
I think you're losing share screen privileges, so use it wisely.
No, this one's fine. He said Jimmy roast me. Okay, fine. You see this picture? That's Connor. That's Aiden. Connor's like my best mate. Letting everyone know he doesn't look like this anymore. He gained a bunch of weight. So
I don't think either.
when you go watch his podcast, just realize the screen adds 10 pounds. So I'm wondering, Connor, how many screens are on?
Dang.
Oh, come on.
What?
Jimmy, is there like 200 on you?
Yeah.
No.
Jimmy.
I look this big in real life.
Christ, Jimmy. I'm sorry. If Joe of the Corrallos was here right now, do you know how many jokes you would have for him?
Yeah.
Joe would roast me to death. I would be in my grave right now.
If you listened to this podcast, you would realize that Joe has plenty of jokes for you.
Dude,
So
I'm so with you. I mean, but I'm fat, so I can say those jokes. All right, F. I started with the 13th Doctor. She's the bottom of the barrel. Her screwdriver is curved for her pleasure, and it is just absolutely terrible. I mean, we all agree. Everyone here agrees. We love the idea of the Doctor making her own screwdriver.
Yes.
But what the hell? You didn't have any more imagination than that? All right, whatever. 15th Doctor is second of the F. And at least it looks like a modern age screwdriver, but it's more of a remote. That's why it's the 15th Doctor Sonic remote. Okay. And I like the idea of like that thing popping. There's like two things that pop out, and I like that. D, the second Doctor, it's literally just a pen, whatever. 4th, 5th Doctor, Sonic Screwdriver. 7th, 8th Doctor, Sonic Screwdriver. At least the 7th and 8th looks a little bit newer. And the gold does kind of like intrigue me a little bit, that band. I don't know why it's there, but you know, it just fits in a little bit. I like it. The 14th Doctor, that was made. All right, the C, 12th Doctor, it's good. It's just not. It just, yeah, I think Pixel. God, I hate agreeing with Pixel. But you are right. There's just a lot going on, and there wasn't that much need to make it that to make it going on that much. The third Doctor, Sonic Screwdriver, top of C. It's a great one. I love it. I love it. You know what? I might even move it up to B. Yeah, move it up to B, Pixel. Yeah, that's where it belongs. It's great. It's good. It's fun. It does look like a modern Doctor Who Sonic Screwdriver, just put in the style and literally in the years of the classic Who, and I like it. War Doctor, it's a modern Doctor Who screwdriver mixed with the classic. It's great. I love it. All right, A tier. I get the 9th Doctor. Fits the Doctor. It's great. What's great about it is it's simple. You don't need to do too much with it. And I'll tell you why I think the 11th Doctor is better here in a second. A, the 10th Doctor Sonic is the same thing as the 9th, just a little bit cleaner, but it fits into his style of Doctor, his new era of Doctor Who, and I kind of like the cleaner style a little bit better than the 9th, although they're both great. S tier, which is there's only one in S tier. Everyone who put more than one in S tier is wrong, because the best one is the 11th Doctor. It has all the sleekness factor. It fits his Doctor's style aesthetic that more than any other Doctor. And when it goes Super Saiyan mode and extends, the claws come out, which kind of represent, in my opinion, kind of like a radar dish, which like in my opinion would amplify whatever signal it's trying to send even more, which is why I think it's great. There's so much with the 11th Doctor's Sonic, but yet it's so simple, subtle, and good. Also, the color green. Every other Doctor does not have the color green with theirs. This one is unique. It's a certain style of green which fits his Doctor. Fits his
the 12th Doctor has in the light.
You mean his first season?
No.
It doesn't fit though. Blue and green do not match.
Honestly, for the 12th Doctors, it should have just been a white light to it.
You know what? Dude, Pixel, I was thinking that literally like 30 minutes ago when we were talking about it.
Why are we green, Jimmy?
I know, it's weird.
Time.
It's the Twilight Zone.
All the time, but...
Okay, you can think that, but everyone knows the truth. But the 11th Doctor is the best. And I don't know if they make with more Doctors, more time for the show, I don't know how you get better than the 11th Doctor. Like, how do you get better than that? It's really hard to think that what would be better.
The only thing that I could go ahead to my benefit, the reason why, because I didn't like the middle flourish of the 14th either at first, but the part that I liked was once it went ahead and extended, this whole part was this own, like, almost like a rib cage around this basis, this thin diode that's like the 10th Doctor's. That's why I like the middle flourish in comparison to the end.
So I want to jump in with one last thought here, where it's not really a full episode of our podcast if I don't play the age card at some point.
Of course,
I have to. Look at all this gray hair. I've earned it. Almost everyone said the same thing about the second Doctor one. It's just a flashlight. It's just a flashlight. But you got to think about the context of when the pen lights were not a common household item in the 60s. They were just becoming one. They were relatively modern at the time. You're looking at me like I'm crazy, but they really just kind of, they were not a common thing.
As someone over 50, I agree with Landry. He is correct.
My only problem is
you
ranked that the bottom of C, and it was Chris that ranked it S tier, right below the 11th Doctor.
No, I'm not saying there's things I like better about a lot of the other ones, but when in terms of it's just a flashlight, yes, and they did just take what they had on hand, and they didn't have money to make the prop and all of that. They made it work, and there's a lot of that in Doctor Who, which has led to a lot of brilliant things, like the TARDIS, for an example. It is just worth keeping in mind that to the modern audience time, it's like that was still. It's the same way Star Trek used salt and pepper shakers for Dr. McCoy's scanners. You know, I don't know if you guys knew that one.
I do.
I figured you did.
I still feel like, see, most of your going ahead and bringing up the age thing, it applies when there's an opinion that differs, but the only person that had the pin light below the ranking of a C is Jimmy. So I mean,
I'm not saying, and it doesn't. I don't think it should change anybody's ranking. I just think contextually it is worth keeping in mind that it was a more exotic looking prop at the time. Where we look at now and we see simple. But pen lights, even when I was a child, were still like, oh my God, look at this. This is crazy. You know.
But there is a reason they don't make second Doctor Sonic.
No one would buy it. Yeah, because contextually it's just pen light today. They could have probably sold one in 1968 or whatever.
they made a gold one, Pixel would buy it.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Hey, he's not wrong. Stop it.
This is
I had to
cool.
come off mute for that one.
This is cool, no matter what you say. Okay?
Pixel.
Yeah. How dare you? How dare you? You own the one thing that I really do want, because that is the best.
The only one I didn't get, I have River Songs also. The only one I did not get was Jody's, which doesn't count. I did not get the Sonic lipstick because I never found it.
See,
Did they ever come out with that?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I was gonna
They
say.
came out with
Really? I didn't know.
Sonic lipstick. I think they came out with it as a Purvis set.
It came and went really fast.
But the only screwdriver that I would have had above even the one that I put up top, the 14th, I would have put that laser screwdriver. The 3 cylinders leading up to the end, it extends. It's so much perfection in one device. And it was used for the villain, and he used it like maybe twice. It's heartbreaking because it's a beautiful. How dare you? Stop that, sir. It is a fantastic piece. But that is pretty much the end of our show. Leave your rating down below. Like and comment and subscribe.
Hold on.
Okay.
The Sonic lipstick does not count because when did we ever see it in the show?
It was
No, I just said it's the only toy I don't have. I wasn't counting it in the
In the
list.
Sarah Jane Adventures.
Yeah, but that doesn't count because that show sucks.
Shut up.
Hey, now.
Boo!
Yeah.
Boo.
All right, Jimmy.
No, don't go Jimmy me.
Jimmy.
Revoke his privileges,
not
please.
You're done. You're done, boy. This is the end of our live stream. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out the channel. We will see you soon next week for whatever we decide. We're going to probably roll for it next. And until then, thank you so much for watching. See you again real soon. Goodbye. Alonze.